Chapter 21. The heading out. You need me to do anything else? I look up from the paperwork and shake my head. Thank you, Serena. See you tomorrow. She nods and walk away, leaving the door to my office open. Alyssa last day was 2 weeks ago. She is due any day now. I have two other full-time employees, Serena and Lucy. Yes, thank that Lucy. She's been married for a couple of months now and came in looking for a job 2 weeks ago. It's actually worked out pretty well. She keeps herself busy, and if I am here when she is busy, just keep my office door shut so I don't know have to listen to her sing. It's been almost a month since the incident on the stair. Even with everything Riley told me about his childhood, the forgiveness was still hard to come by. I know Riley has a temper. I saw it the first night we meet before we ever even spoke a word to each other. I saw it that a full night in the kitchen. I saw it when he found the phone number in the phone case. But I also see the difference between Riley and my father. Riley is compassionate. He does things my father never would have done. He donates to charity. He cares about other people. He puts me before everything. Riley will never enough. Millionaire make me park in the driveway which he took the garage. I have to remind myself of those things sometimes. The girl inside of me, the daughter of the father, is really opinionated. She tell me I should have forgiven him. She tell me I should have left the first time. And sometimes I believe that voice, but then the side of me that knows Riley understand that marriage isn't perfect. Sometimes there are moments that both parties regret, and I wonder how I do feel about myself and I just let him. After that first incident, he never should have pushed me, but I also did things I wasn't proud of, and I'd have just left would that not be going against our marriage vows. For better or for worse, I refuse to give up on my marriage that easily. I am a strong woman. I have been around abusive situations my whole life. I will never become my mother. I believe that 100%, and Riley will never become my father. I think we need that what happened on the stairwell to happen so that I will know his past and will be able to work on it together. Last week we got into another fight. I was scared the other two fights we got into did not end well, and I knew his would be a testament to whether or not our agreement for me to help him through his anger would work. We were discussing his career. He is finished with his residency now, and there is a 3-month specialized course in Cambridge, England. He applied for. He'll find out soon if he was up to, but that's not why I was upset. It's a great opportunity, and I never asked him not to go 3 months. Is nothing with how busy we are, so that isn't even that what got me so upset. I became upset when he discussed what he wanted to do after the Cambridge trip was over. He was offered a job in Minnesota at the Mayo Clinic, and he wants us to move there. He said Mass General is rated the second best neurological hospital in the world. Mayo Clinic is number one. He said he never intended to stay in Boston forever. I told him that would have been a good subject to bring up. When we discussed our futures on the flight to get married in Vegas, I cannot believe Boston. My mother lives here, Alessa lives here. He told me it was only a 5-hour flight and that we could visit as often as we wanted. I told him it was pretty hard to run a floral business when you live several states away. The flights continued to escalate, and both of us were getting angrier by the second. At one point, he knocked a vase full of flowers off the table and into the floor. We both just stared at them for a moment. I was scared, wondering if I had made the right decision to stay, to trust that we could work on his anger issue together. He took a deep breath and he said, I'm going to leave for an hour or two. I think I need to walk away. When I get back, we'll continue this discussion. He walked out the door, and true to his word, he came back an hour later when he was much calmer. He dropped his keys on the table and we then walked straight to where I was standing. He took my face in the hands and he said, I told you I wanted to be the best in my field. Lily, I told you this the first First, best fields, Lily. I told you this first night I met. It was on one of my neck truth, but I have to choose between working at the best hospital in the world and making my wife happy. I choose you. You are my success. As long as you are happy, I don't care where I work. Will stay in Boston. That when I knew that I had made the right choice. Everyone deserves another chance, especially the people who mean the most to you. It's been a week since that fight and he hasn't mentioned moving again. I feel bad, like I thwarted his plans in some way. But marriage is about compromise. It's about doing what's best for the couple as a whole, not individually, and staying in Boston is better for everyone in both our families. Speaking of families, I look over at my phone, writes at the text from Alessa comes through. Alessa, are you finished up at work yet? I need your opinion on furniture. Me. Be there in 15 minutes. I don't know if it's the impending delivery or the fact that she's not currently working, but I am pretty sure I'll spend more time at her house and this week than I have at my oven. I choose up the shop and head toward her apartment. When I step off the elevator, there is no trap taped to her apartment door. I see my name written across it, so I pull it off the door. Lily, on a 7th floor apartment 749A. She has an apartment here just for extra furniture. I know they are rich, but even that he seems a little excessive for them. I get on the elevator and press the button for the 7th floor. When the door opens, I head down the hall toward apartment 749. When I reach it, I have no idea if I should knock or just go inside. For all I know, someone who lives here. Probably one of our people. I know on the door and hear footsteps from the other side. I am shocked when the door swings open and Riley is standing in the front of me. I say confused, what are you doing here? He grins and leans against the door frame. I lie here. What are you doing here? I glance at the pewter number plate next to the door and then back at him. What do you mean you live here? I thought you lived with me. I'll have your own apartment this whole time. I would think an entire apartment would be something husband would bring up to his wife at some point. It's little unnerving. Actually, it's ludicrous and deceptive. I think I might be really angry at him right now. Riley laughs and pushes off the door frame. Now he is filling up the entire doorway as he lifts his hands to the frame over his head and grips it. I haven't really had a chance to tell you about this apartment considering I just signed the paperwork on it this working morning. I take a step back, hate what he reaches for my hand and pull me inside the apartment. Welcome home, Lily. I pose in a foyer. Yes, I said foyer. There is a foyer. You bought an apartment. He nods, slowly going my reaction. You bought an apartment? I repeat. He is still nodding. I still is that okay? I figured since we live together now, we could use the extra room. I spin in a slow circle when my eyes land on the kitchen. I pause. It's not as big as Alessa's kitchen, but it's just a white and almost an as beautiful. There's wine cooler and a dishwasher. Two things my own apartment doesn't have. I walk into the kitchen and look around, scared or to touch anything. Is this really my kitchen? This cannot be my kitchen. I look in the living room at the cathedral ceiling and the huge window overlooking Boston Harbor. Lily, he says, for behind me, you are mad, are you? I spin my face in realizing that he has been waiting on me on react for the past several minutes, but I am completely speechless. I shake my head and bring my hand up to cover my mouth. I do not think so. I whisper. He walks up to me and takes my hands in his, pulling them up between us. You do not think so? He looks worried and confused. Please give me a naked truth because I'm starting to think maybe I should not have done this as a surprise. I look down at the hardwood floor. It's real hardwood. It's not laminate. Okay, I say, looking back up at him. I think it's crazy that he just went and bought an apartment without me. I feel like that's something we should have done together. He is nodding and it looks like he is about to split out an apology, but I am not finished. But my next truth is that it's perfect. I don't even know what to say. Riley, everything is so clean. I'm scared to move. I might get something dirty. He blows out a rush of air and pulls me to him. You can get it dirty, babe. It's your. You can get it as dirty as you want. He kisses the side of my head, and I do not even say thank you yet. It seems like such a small response to such as a huge gesture. When do we move in? He shrugs. Tomorrow. I have the day off. It's not like we have a whole lot of stuff. We can spend the next few weeks buying new furniture. I'm not trying to run through tomorrow's schedule in my head. I already knew Riley was off tomorrow, so I did not have anything planned. I suddenly feel the need to sit down. There isn't any chair, but luckily the floor is clean. I need to sit down. Riley helps me to the floor and then he lowers himself in front of me, still holding my hands. Does Aliasa know? And I ask him. He smiles and nods his head. She's so excited. Lily, I've been thinking about getting an apartment here for a while. Now, after we decide to stay in Boston for months, good. Elle just went ahead with it to surprise you. She's helped but I was starting to worry. Should tell you before I had the chance. I just cannot wrap my head around this. I lie here. Me and Alyssa get to be neighbors. Now I do not know why I feel like this should bother me because I really am excited about it. He smiles and then says, I know you might need a minute to process everything, but you haven't seen the best part and it's killing me. Show me. He grins and pulls me to my feet. We make our way through the living room and down the hallway. He opens each door and tell me what the rooms are. You doesn't even give me time to go in any of them. By the time we make it to the master bedroom, I concluded that we like in the 3 bedroom 2 bathroom apartment with an office. I do not even have time to process the beauty of the bedroom. As he pulls me across the room, he reaches a wall covered by a curtain and he turns and faces me. It's not a ground that you can plant a garden in, but with a few pots it can come close. He pulls the curtain aside and open a door revealing a huge balcony. I follow him outside already daydreaming about all the potted plant I could fit up here. It overlooks the same view at the rooftop deck. He says, always have the same view we had from the night we met. It took a while to sink in, but it all hits me in this moment, and I just start crying. Riley pulls me to his chest and wraps his arm tightly around me. Lily, he whispers, running his hand over my hair. I didn't mean to make you cry. I laugh between my tears. I pull away from his chest and look up at him. Are we rich? How can you afford this? He laughed. You married a neurosurgeon, Lily. You carried necessary step for cash. His comment makes me laugh and then I cry some more. And then we have our very first visitor because someone we begins pounding on the door. Alessa, he says, he has been waiting down the hall. I run to the front door and swing it open and we both hug and squeal and I might even cry a little more. We spend the rest of the evening at our new apartment. Riley orders Chinese takeout and Marshall comes down to eat with us. We have no tables or chairs yet, so the four of us sit in the middle of the living room floor and eat straight out of the containers. We talk about how we will decorate. We talk about all the neighborly things we will do together. We talk about Alessa's impending delivery. It's everything and more. I cannot wait to tell my mother.